battery must be dying. What the hell? Come, make a picture.
I don't know, but I've got it. We'll do it like we discussed on the phone.
Yeah, I didn't bring my tripod or anything. I'm saying I could have done something different. Just
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Yeah, I know. The timing is good. I mean, I was supposed to be 2 weeks ago, and I was ready.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I can't see anything.
ready to roll.
We're in the lab. We're like, what are we going to name this? Blah, blah, blah. And he was like, I know what we're going to name it. Residents Acquiring the Land. Real. Because it was a black developer. We're not going to get into that. But basically, I felt like me and my team would have been a necessity. Like, area first. We wouldn't have had real people power. And that's not why I started the Real Edgemere CLT. So he was like, the real. Not like, yo, that's going to work. So it's like capital R, lowercase e, capital A, and L. So the Real Edgemere CLT, a residents acquiring the land. And so we have 119 lots that we won from HPD to do home ownership. So the future, we're supposed to have 130 affordable homes with the resiliency.
130 affordable
spaces. And we were in the running for $10 million until this disgusting man named Donald Trump won the presidency and snatched all the EPA money. Right, and so all these billionaires,
We talked at her org or with a couple of orgs after I won the David Prize.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a nice experience.
I'm reading about you, boo.
You've been reading everything?
Yeah, some good, some bad. It's how you see it, right? But the reason why I say we're in abundance because the EPA people were like, fix this, fix that. Fix this, fix that. Right? So that means we're somewhere close. And so we do got to be careful who we put in the office because they dictate how this money runs.
Right.
I wanted Dr. Cornel West. He may not be a perfect man, but he understands the importance of reparation.
Right.
Kamala Harris, it's whatever. She over there with her beautiful husband. We already know. But I think with her, at least we got, you know what I'm saying, some, not more than what we get with this one right here. It'd have been more than what we get with this one. I feel like it should have been like Jewish zaddies for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Black bar mitzvahs for this one. He over here lynching and transporting, got broke out.
I'm gonna let the brag you go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Excuse me. Take a picture of me. Take an instant with me.
Thank you.
Now put your head up.
Okie dokie. Hey guys.
Good morning. You're hearing it more and more. Tenants run New York City. We are the teachers, restaurant workers, artists, cleaners, students, train operators who make the city run. And this new era of New York is about making it finally run for us. For decades, our city has centered its policies around landlords and developers who, in a quest to squeeze profit out of our homes, have made our city completely unaffordable to us. We've watched our rent skyrocket while our living conditions got worse. We've watched as more and more tenants hand over more and more of our paychecks every month just to keep a roof over our heads. And we've watched our landlords use our rent not to repair our homes, but to make themselves and their investors rich, buy up more housing, and pay off their speculative debts. But the tenants of New York City decided that we were no longer going to accept a city we couldn't afford in order to enrich the already wealthy. Last year, tens of thousands of tenants recognized our political power, came together, and organized to forge a new political consensus, one that rightfully centers us, the tenants of New York, as the supermajority of this city.
The city has a number of programs to deal with exactly those kinds of incidents. This is one of those programs.
David?
Thank you. I have an on-topic question, I also have an off-topic question.
We'll do off after.
Okay. Yes, so follow up on
just
Patrick.
congratulations to you staying in the league.
I was going to say congrats to you on Arsenal and the Knicks.
Thank you.
This is a quick question, but before you lift that Mets curse. Just to follow up on Patrick's question, so this is, my understanding, a program HPD already has to allow landlords in apartments with regulatory agreements to raise the rents. I wonder if you could talk about specific instances when that would happen, and what circumstances would a landlord of a building with a regulatory agreement be able to raise the rent?
So you are correct. This is a long-standing HPD program, one that would have no impact on any tenant's rent beyond that which the Rent Guidelines Board would determine. I'll pass it to my Deputy Mayor for Housing and Planning to add any additional details.
So this is a tool that HPD has authority to use through its regulatory agreements. Circumstances you can imagine is a nonprofit owner, the city and HDC have significant investment in these buildings. It's dealing with financial distress, maybe from long-standing rent arrears. So it's a case-by-case basis. There are times where we have to do loan modifications to create a healthier debt service coverage ratio. So it's really where HPD is working with the owner. Most often, these are nonprofit owners. There's not speculative investment in these buildings, really looking to solve specific problems in the building that come from financial distress that it's facing.
Would the tenants have to pay more, or would that come through the voucher program, increasing the city
In many
share?
cases, so first of all, tenants don't end up paying more in any of these situations. But often, HPD is able to use Section 8 vouchers. Let's say there is a situation where on a vacant unit, they allow the owner to, when they lease it up next, go to the regulatory agreement rent. Again, remember, these are protected by regulatory agreements. HPD is often able to also introduce Section 8 if there is a tenant who needs Section 8. So again, this is where it's helpful that it's a very targeted approach that HPD is able to take.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. We're going to go to Heather. Oh, you don't want to comment? Okay, we'll go to Haley right here. Sorry.
Hi, Mr. Mayor.
Hi, Haley. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Flipping through the book, I saw that it mentioned the Sunnyside Yards project. I wanted to ask, has there been any update from the federal government or President Trump in regards to securing a funding commitment for that project? And more specifically, have you had any recent conversations since your initial one with the president about that project?
So that continues to be something that we are incredibly excited about, and that we know that the president expressed interest in. It's the subject of an active conversation, not just between the president and myself, but also between our teams. And the reason that it is of importance to our city is that it would create the largest number of homes in a single housing project since the early 1970s. I think actually, it would be 1973, which is also when the Knicks last won the championship. It would be a great time to marry both of those two things. But it continues to be of incredible importance to us because this has the opportunity to build more than 12,000 homes, 30,000 jobs, and in a city where land is such a limited resource, to have an area that we could create more of it, to then create more housing, it is an opportunity that we are looking to unlock.
Okay. Go to Sam and then Dana.
Hi, Mayor, thank you. I'm from the city. I have a question about the 200K affordable apartments. That was consistent with your campaign promise, but back then you also had said that that would all be billed with union labor. How does union labor fit into the plan now?
Thank you for that question. We've said this today, and you've heard it from a number of speakers, that working people in this city deserve affordable homes, and they deserve safe and good paying jobs with strong labor standards. We are proud to be an administration that is moving us closer to both of those goals when it comes to labor standards by implementing the Construction Justice Act, which, as you heard, this raises the minimum wage and benefit package to $40 an hour on city-funded affordable housing. It raises the floor for workers across the city, and I think we just heard from Eli about what that actually means in a New Yorker's life. Because so often we bifurcate this conversation as if tenants are not also workers or workers are not also tenants. We want to ensure that all of them can afford to live in the city. Beyond that, we have also made clear that we will have interagency working groups to explore project labor agreements for affordable housing projects.
Dana, go ahead. Hi, Mr. Mayor.
Hi, Dana, how are you?
Good. Two questions.
Did you watch the game?
Sports or not?
All right, sorry.
First is a follow-up to Sam's question. Just to clarify, you no longer do plan to mandate union labor for affordable housing construction, correct? And my second question is, your increased capital funding for NYCHA is obviously just a drop in the bucket as far as NYCHA's $80 billion capital needs. So what is your plan for the units that will remain untouched by the city's increased funding and untouched by RAD Pact and untouched by the Housing Trust?
No, I think for too long, city government has looked at the scale of NYCHA's capital needs and used it as a justification to do nothing. The argument being they need more than $80 billion, anything we do is inconsequential. We cannot afford to wait any longer. This $5.6 billion capital commitment is a significant investment that will both unlock the kinds of conditions that too many NYCHA residents have been denied, and also serves as an invitation to every other party to start to come to the table to deliver on these kinds of investments for NYCHA. And I want to be very clear. The Reagan administration's decision that precipitated these cuts for public housing, that is a decision that has been maintained across both Republican and Democratic administrations. NYCHA residents have come to this feeling of being overlooked because of government at every single level.
That's right.
And we are excited now to start to walk on a path where we will tell every single level of government that the city is here and ready to finally be a partner in this kind of investment. We look forward to seeing additional investments at every additional level. And now we can say, we're putting our money where our mouth is. We want the federal government to do the same. And on the union question, just to be very clear, that we are implementing the Construction Justice Act, and in that, it is going to unlock, frankly, the opportunities that we've heard from today. But beyond that, this interagency working group looking at PLAs, that is also something that we are incredibly excited about.
We're going to go to Catherine and then Jonathan. Oh, sorry, right there. Yep.
Hi, thank you. During the campaign, you talked about increasing the use of municipal bond financing to pay for the plan to build 200,000 new units. You mentioned the $22 billion in capital funding. You've added the $200K preservation funding. How are you planning to pay for this plan? And is the increase in bond financing still your go-to?
A lot of this has come from this budget process that we have been a part of. When we came into office, one of the first directives I gave to my team was to actually find the costs of long-standing capital projects that had ballooned over time. If you look, for example, at the cost of meeting the class size mandate, when we came into office, I think that was at about, it was almost close to $20 billion. We have shaved off $5-6 billion from what that cost is. And that's just by drilling down on the exact specifics. We've also increased our capital capacity over the last few months. And a lot of that increase has then been allocated to these kinds of investments. I'll pass it to our Deputy Mayor to add additional.
I'll note a couple other things. First, there are some elements of the plan that are really about trying to bring the cost of building down too, so that all of our capital dollars can be stretched further. That's absolutely going to have to be part of how we get to 200,000 new over 10 years. We're also introducing new innovative financing tools that also help us stretch dollars. Things like the Smart Loan that you'll read about in the plan. This is a revolving loan fund that we can, on the public side, invest into mixed income projects or other high value projects, so the city can start making a marginal return that it can then invest back into other affordable or public housing projects. So it's not just about relying on capital dollars, it's also about being innovative with those capital dollars. There's also stuff in the plan about being really innovative about how we use our public sites and trying to find opportunities for cross-subsidy where we can actually get affordability done with market rate that gets us more affordable housing through cross-subsidy without putting a single dollar of city capital in. So absolutely we're going to have to keep evaluating and evaluating against our debt capacity, but we also have to be very creative about the dollars we have and leveraging the partnerships that allow us to be creative.
Mr. Mayor. Timothy Kamar, the head of Housing Justice for All, who spoke earlier, argued city policy in the past has centered landlord and developer profits over affordability for tenants. So I'm curious if you're able to massively expand private sector construction, including market rate housing, as some of your proposals aim to do, that will inherently involve developers and landlords making money and profiting off at least some of that housing. So I'm curious how you square those two things.
I think you heard it from Timothy herself, which is that there are a number of landlords for whom their entire business model has been predicated on harassment and displacement. That is something that the city stands firmly against. We are looking forward to working with every actor across the city to build more housing, and also to make it clear that when we do so, we not only expect, but we will ensure that every developer and every property manager will follow housing law in this city. For far too long, these laws have been treated as if they are suggestions as opposed to requirements. And so in addition to building more housing at a rate that we have not seen when it comes to affordable housing in the city for a long time, frankly, if ever, we are also letting tenants know that we are investing in the very kind of code enforcement that they have long been denied. It is critical that we do both of these things at the same time. So it's not simply a, build more housing, rents will come down, that's all we have to offer. It's an entire, all of the above comprehensive plan.
Got time for a few more, and we'll take some off topics as well. We'll go to Morgan over there.
Hi, Mr. Mayor.
Hey, Morgan.
Hi. When you were in the Assembly in 2022, you voted against the NYCHA Preservation Trust. Just wondering why you voted against it then, what's changed now, and some of these proposals seem to be somewhat similar to what former Mayor Eric Adams proposed. Just wondering, is there some credit there, I guess, for some of the stuff that he launched as well? Thank you.
And when I was in the Assembly, one of the concerns that I had was around the place of NYCHA residence.
But Steve,
Is it this way? It is.
I'm fine with it if you're fine with it.
It is not.